let us move on to scene stealers. All right, so scene stealers. Every week we pick. He picks his favorite artist. I pick my favorite from the movie. We battle it out or flip a coin to decide who is the winner for that week. They go up on the board. At the end of this first season, after covered 13 films, we will take those 13 actors and we will have a battle royale to determine who is the number one actor of season one and gets the coveted TTFT season one Best Actor award. So far, just to recap, we have, and damn you for picking this person whose name I will commit to by the end of this season.
It's
but
called
for now, I'll call
Okoye.
it yes,
Okoye.
Okoye. We have Okoye from Black Panther. From episode 2, we have Robert Pattinson of Tenet. And who will we have for 3, The Living Wake?
Well, for me, I really had to try to really take this with a level head because clearly you saw this years ago, and in all transparency, I only saw this a few days ago. But of course, I definitely did a deep dive into it as we do to do our due diligence on these films.
Did you do your research?
I did homework.
Okay, damn you for switching it
up. No, because while I was doing my homework, I found out I had to do research. That's what was crazy about it. So as I'm researching my homework to get to my statistics, which are in my notes, which were in my mind the whole time, what I figured out was, to me, like I say, for me wanting to be becoming and honoring my craft my whole life of acting. To me, this is one of the subjects that I take super serious that we talk about. I take all of them serious, but to me, this one hones in more for me. As we always call it, I don't like to call it best actor or actress, just the best artist because it's fluid and entertainment is a spectrum. But with that being said, for me on this one, I mean, what I looked for was, while it was so easy to go in one direction, I harpened back to what I thought about. I saw what you did with Kill and what a lot of directors have done with other films. To me, when the main character is just so strong that no matter where he's at, he's going to take away from everything. Mm-hmm. And not take away, add to. There's no way to not make him the center of everything. Banu is so strong, and I wouldn't have wanted to see. Only other person I think could have played it was Conan O'Brien.
I could see that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or the guy or his friend.
But it would have been like kind of gimmicky almost.
Yeah, it would have been too. But yeah. But my point is this, is that like O'Connell O'Brien, but go figure, O'Connell O'Brien, whatever. But he did such a good, not even good. He did such, this is the highest respect I can praise O'Connell. He did such a uniquely remarkable job, meaning it was his fingerprint. Yeah. Meaning no one else could have done what he did with that role, and that Banu was made for him. But with that, not even but, I hate saying but, it's such a conjunction and contradiction. To me, I have to go with Jesse Eisenberg on this. And the reason why, me personally, I have to go with this because you're already to let someone else shine, but still be so particularly awesome in your role. I have to give credit to, man, because because he had to normalize everywhere Banu went. Mm-hmm. He had to be that support. He had to be that cheerleader, that brother, that friend, that bromance. He had to be all those things to everyone when he needed a story where, hey, I got this blanket. Hey, let me hear it. You can say it again. While he entertained the guy earlier so that Banu could steal the goat. Mm-hmm. He wrote that song for him at the end. He only interrupted him one time. He said, I have so much time left. You have to do this now. I only have so much time. He's like, I have to do it now. And you know who reminds me of? Because not necessarily in front of the camera, but just with the idiosyncrasies and things like that is
Edward Norton.
It's funny. It's like, hey, you're breaking the words out of my mouth. Yes, Primal Fear, Rounders, Edward, the incredible.
I lost time.
I lost time. Like, yeah, I bet you he did, and that's one of his best performances ever. But no, Eisenberg really delivers. Thank you for that. That's also where I think rest in peace Heath Ledger got that scene from in the Dark Knight. But seriously, so for me, this film is Jesse Eisenberg, not because he was such a because he wasn't even the A-list actor on set back then. He was just like everybody else trying to get where he wanted to be. Mm-hmm. But he gave so much, and he has, and furthermore, the deciding factor, the sprinkle on top was he had legs of steel. You drove a rickshaw for, I know it was for months. Like, that's Jesus true. Christ, man.
Very good point. Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Jesse Eisenberg was my first honorable mention, so I totally agree with everything that you said. Like that was spot on. How you can be so great, and yet and not have it like be at the expense of how supporting you are in your role. And yeah, so he was and he was like the perfect balance to K. Roth's eccentricity. The spontaneousness of K. Roth was like grounded by the, I don't want to say he did what you'd expect, but it was, there was like a safety net with that Mills provided. And sometimes it also felt like he was taking on your perspective as a spectator to everything, and it kind of encouraged you to respond with acceptance the way he responded, or just kind of like a passive observer to everything. And yeah, I can't imagine anybody else bringing that role to life the way he did. Maybe maybe Michael Cera could have pulled that off.
I can see that. I can see that.
The other honorable mention I have is Eddie Pepitone as Reginald. Does that you make me nervous?
Almost like a sling blade little thing going on there.
This rival. It was such like a traditional, like the rivalry that they have was hilarious, and there was never really explained. It was just these guys hate each other. Accept it. You mean you get an idea for why Reginald has this despise for Benu, but it's never really confirmed. But my number one, it has to go to Mike O'Connell, because he made this movie for me. His embodiment of K. Roth Benu is magic to watch. His delivery, every line he says, it demands your attention, and you're thankful that you paid it. The fact that Mike O'Connell wrote the lines that K. Roth proclaims gives it this feeling of having a personal, like a personal signature, or like you said, the fingerprint that only he could unlock. And you get this sense that it's just a very, I want to say sentimental, but you feel like you're getting a peek into something more than just a character in a film. And there's a certain admiration for being brave enough to step into a role that, like when we talk to him later, you find that there's a lot of him in that character. And I think that's why people that love the movie identify with it so much, is because of that character. So we're at a head here, because I totally agree with you, and I also think that K. Roth's character is as great as it is with Mike O'Connell because of Jesse Eisenberg, or not solely because of, but like we said, Jesse Eisenberg is a great supporting.
It's iron sharpening iron is what it is.
Yeah.
So question, do we go to the coin flip on this one, or are you vetoing me? What are we going here?
I think I need to use my one veto this season for this episode.
I shall allow it.
Thank you very much for making this easy. I shall allow it. And congratulations.
Sorry, Jesse, you're going to have to wait to season 2 unless you're in one of these movies we didn't do. But great, hey, seriously, honorable mention to Jesse. And there was no, for us, I don't think there was a wrong answer here. But again, like you said, I cannot, to your point and my point earlier, the dialogue in this film is, to me, top 10 dialogue of all time that's been written and performed. So I'll give that. I'm there.
All right. Mother Connell, congratulations. You are on the board. And I am rooting for you to win the award for the whole entire season. I know I'm going to have to fight really hard for that, but hey, today you are a winner, sir. Find us in all these links. It's coming up right now.
That's the trailer.